She's so bubbly. She's so bubbly. She comes in, looks perfectly healthy, healthier than myself and everybody else that I know. And she cannot believe that she was diagnosed with the breast cancer.
She's the kind of person you'd want to have as a friend. You know, if you said, I want to go out and have a glass of wine, she'd be the one you'd have on your arm so you could sit down and talk, hang out and visit. She's funny, she's witty.
I was very impressed right from the start. So we met face to face. She's well known in the community for the stressful situation as it was, such a dramatic impact on a person's life and the uncertainty of what this is going to be.
I went to the St. Anthony Women Wellness Center for my mammogram. After I had the mammogram, Ashley, the nurse, called me and told me that I'd have to come back in and do another mammogram because something showed up. And I says, it's just the calcium. I said, go back and compare it to, you know, the couple years before and you'll see nothing has changed. Click, I hung up on her then. She probably thought I was a cornflake.
So Deb is a wonderful person. I do remember talking to Deb on the phone when I had to call her to come back in. She was one of those patients who, you know, it's happened before, is this really necessary? I don't think I'm gonna do this.
Then I get a phone call from the radiologist and he said, yeah, there is a change here and we want you to come in. So my next appointment then was with Dr. Boyajian. He did the biopsy and he also biopsied my lymph nodes.
So we done the biopsy. She did very well through it. We had to hit two sites, the main one on the breast and there was one on the axillary area.
A couple of days later, I got the report. Dr. Boyajian calls me and he tells me that I am HER2 positive and that I'm stage 3. Whenever you hear the word cancer, I think you tend to think the worst, you know, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to keep my business going? How am I going to spend time with my kids? The treatment's going to be so much worse than the cancer itself. And I expressed my fear to Dr. Boyajian and he told me, no, that's not the way it is anymore. That the treatments are totally different, it's totally changed.
First thing she told me was, we're gonna cure this, right? I remember very well, and I said, of course we will. Deborah was referred to us by Dr. Boyajian. The biopsy that he did was very concerning for quite an aggressive breast cancer. And the cancer had features that would be best treated with trying to shrink the cancer down first with some form of chemotherapy and before doing surgery.
And then I met with Dr. D. Dr. D walked me through everything, they explained everything to me, and he too said that, you know, the treatments have changed, you're not going to be sick, I'm going to give you 2 antidotes and you're going to be able to work. I worked through the whole treatment. I went through the chemotherapy first, and then after the chemotherapy, I did have physical therapy right before I had the surgery.
One of the most important aspects of the care is the preoperative visit at the oncology wellness program. This involves physiotherapy for you to function as soon as you can after the surgery.
And then once the treatments were over, I built up for the surgery and I had a double mastectomy. I knew from the time I heard cancer I was going to do a double mastectomy because I wanted to be proactive. I wanted the cancer out of me. I do not want it to come back. I do not want to go through this again. I had no pain whatsoever. I woke up the next day and I was ready to go. So I had my surgery on a Tuesday. Friday I had a couple appointments, so I ended up working Friday. I had no problem whatsoever. I had no pain. It was the easiest surgery I've ever been through. When I got the results from the double mastectomy, I was 100% cancer-free. My daughter lives in Carmel, Indiana, and she wanted me there so she could take care of me. But you know what? When I talked to a lot of people here in Effingham, and the people that had used HSHS St. Anthony Hospital, they all had positive things to say.
We're a small town. People look and think, oh, that's just a little hospital. Well, we're a little hospital that's doing great things. They need to look at this place and realize that we're not a Band-Aid station. We're doing cutting-edge technologies. We're up on the latest cancer treatments. We participate in research protocols that are done in big university settings.
My opportunity with the Chief Medical Officer position was to focus on what we can do better to serve our community. The Cancer Committee is very dedicated to the idea of continuously improving quality. It's something we seek to create an environment that for our patients is the absolute cutting edge, which is why at HSHS St. Anthony's we saw MD Anderson Cancer Network out.
All of us continue to look for new things we can bring to the community to improve care and to let people get their treatment locally.
There's no need to have to travel somewhere else. We're trained to do it. We've been affirmed that we know what we're doing, and you can stay right here and be at home around people that love you and can care for you.
After having a screening test at St. Anthony's where perhaps the results were something that you weren't expecting, it's incredibly reassuring to know the resources that we now have for our physicians and really the whole care team, even therapy, dietary, etc., has access now to the best possible standards of care that are in the world and are changing all the time.
We have potential here, cancer specialists, urologists, and general surgeons, breast cancer.
I think the Effingham community should feel very proud. We want to make things as best as possible for our patients. Patients like Deb, when they come in to see us, it's all about quality.
So I feel like I've been granted a miracle, you know? I asked God to get me through this, to give me the strength to get through each and every day. And I put my faith in God and I put my faith in my doctors. I let them worry about it, so I didn't worry about it. And they were wonderful. Oh, this is like a new lease on life for me. I'm not gonna slow down. I love my life. I'm gonna keep on going. You know, this is just a glitch. You know, I'm moving forward and I'm gonna be cancer-free.